Yeah, I will go, sorry, I will go live na lang sa Facebook din. Wow. Hello, good evening. Good evening po. And sa mga viewers natin online and all over the world, good evening. I'm Mart Henry Bongabong. I'm Maki. Some called Maki Bongabong. I'm a presidential portrait artist. I'm the one who painted the president portraits in Malacanang in the Philippines. President Rodrigo Roa Duterte, our 16th president in the Philippines. So some of you in the Philippines saw me in the advertisement of Go Negosyo for a year in the past 2017, I think. Yung kung lahat tayo magtutulungan, angat lahat. So I will just share my story before I start a live painting at my back. And again, I'm here in Singapore in Geylang Bless God, Oikos, with Pastor Jerry Siao. And I just want to thank you for allowing me to do this. And Pastor Jerry and I met 2009. He's the author of, you know, every piece that I paint here in Singapore, and he's the first pastor that, you know, believes in my gift, my talent, that I can paint. So back then I paint here. So my story, when I grew up back in the 90s in Zamboanga, in Sangali, I'm a fisherman's son, and back then I just magaling ako mag saw nets, tahi ng pukot pa sa Bisaya. I'm a Visayan, I'm Mindanaoan, and back then with my father, every Saturday and Sunday, that's the time that my father and I have a good, you know, fellowship together in the under the sun's heat, you know, sewing nets. And then when my mom passed away in 1999, I moved to Davao, and you know, it's the life before, it's so hard because even, you know, buying art materials, you cannot afford it because once you're living in Zamboanga, it's life is so hard. And when I moved to Davao, I only got only 500 pesos. So I rode a bus and, you know, got my backpack, and I slept on the streets. They said Davao is so safe, so you can sleep on the street. So I slept on the street. Then from there, I saved. You know, I have dreamed to have a small studio in the mall, and then eventually I got the studio in the mall. And then 2016, during the presidential election, so President Duterte won, and then one of his staff passed in my shop, in my studio in Davao City in the mall. Then they commissioned me the portrait of the president. And again, I never been to school. I don't have a degree in fine arts. I just love to paint. And just, this is a God-given talent that you really love to do it. And it's amazing that, hello, hi, welcome. Thank you. So I'm loving what I'm doing. And eventually, again, they commissioned the presidential team. They asked me to paint President Duterte, the official portrait in 2016. So I met the president in 2016 at the airport, Davao Airport, and then I shake his hands, and I'm shaking because that's the president of the Philippines, and I'm nobody. I'm just, an ordinary artist, painting in the mall and teaching art class, portrait art class. Then from there, my life changed because I'm the youngest artist that my works now is hanging in the palace, and I'm the first Mindanaoan artist and the first Mindanao President Rodrigo Roa Duterte from Mindanao. So it's like uh, one thing I really like his leadership, that he really used helping the normal people, that giving you a chance that if you have a gift, that you can present your gift. He doesn't want, he just help the poor. So for me, that experience, that painting the president's, the official portrait for him in the palace, it really changed my life. Then now I'm so, blessed that my painting now is hanging in the palace. So if you can visit the Malacanang Palace in Manila, you can see my painting. Uh, my signature is Maki Bongabong, and you see all the paintings here. It's all Maki Bongabong, and one thing, this is the largest Maki Bongabong collection in the world, in GBG, in Singapore. And I really, I that's why when I see all these paintings, before I really cry when I first came here, because when Pastor Jerry told me that, what do you want to do? I said, I want to paint. I said, okay, let's go to Brass Basa Art Friend, buy all art materials. And I said, who are you? We just met, you don't know me. I said, yeah, I want, you want to paint, right? So I'm here. We buy art materials and then can stay here. So I stay here it was September, for a whole month. Then I paint. Then even my father cannot buy crayons or our art materials because we are so poor. And then here's a pastor that I met that offered this place, and so it was a really change. It really moved me and changed me, that really God sees your heart. So you just give your heart to God. Lord, I'm here. I once you said, here I am, send me, and then here I am. So that's my story. That they said rags to riches. I'm not rich yet, and thank you. And one day, and so yeah, I'm so happy that tonight I can do this through online. That I can paint live for you tonight, and for my Facebook family also, hello, and welcome to my live painting. So that's my story that I want to share. That uh, now I'm doing lots of big projects that some of our in the Philippines, that some rich people commission me their family portraits, names that they are famous and rich people already calling me. And before, my paintings is only $15 Singapore. It's $15 for a painting. But now, thank God, I moved to a little bit higher my rates now. Thank God. We didn't just mention. Okay, sorry, but I'm so happy to to do this, and okay. I don't. Can I ask no question, right? There maybe. So that's my story, and sure. Sure. We just conversation, sharing lang. Tapos, and I will move to live painting. So, yes. Question? Is your father also a painter? Oh, my father, he's not hindi siya he's not an artist. He's a fisherman, and yes, inspired me to do this. First, I want to survive in life because it's hard to buy food. So I need to do something. Then I dropped school. Sorry, I really dropped school. And then I just want to pursue art, painting, and then I really I peddled my artwork on the streets, knocking the doors of the offices. I said, "Hey, hello, I'm Maki Bongabong. Can you have some? You want painting for me?" Then they said, "No." Oh, uh, I cannot actually remember because when I was like in elementary, I started to painting already. But that time is no. When I tried to to join before an art competition, then I lost. I never win. But during 2003, I won on the national level. I won in water district or water district. There's a poster making contest. So I won the national winner for that 2003. So that's the only art competition that I won. Then from there, I go back to I went to the streets and again start my small studio in Davao in the streets, and then from the streets to the mall. Then from the mall, the president saw me, and then now my painting is the palace. So the favor of God. So
How old are you when you started painting?
yeah, by my during elementary, maybe 7, 8, but not in portrait. I just drew cartoons and everything. But again, I draw to portrait because people ask to commission you and then pay you. In the Philippines, they want their face. I want to be in a frame, painting, something like that. So we love to have our face, drawn by sketches and charcoal and something like that. We can see still now in the Philippines, in the streets, right? We can see a sketches. So ganun po.
Have you tried painting your own image, your picture?
Yes, before in my high school time, I paint my face in my backpack. I said, "Oh, that's you," and then they see my face. "Oh, okay, that's you. That's in your backpack." So yeah, self portrait. I do also self portrait. Yes, and yeah, portrait. Now I love to do portraits, and in here in Singapore, I met our ambassador. I I met our consulate ambassador, Mr. Yap, in our Philippine embassy in Singapore. Then I present a replica painting of the president, the Philippines, and then I asked him that one day that I can give a painting also to the president in Singapore or prime minister. He said, "Sure, we will do it. So we will you do a painting, then we will present it to the prime minister and the president." So actually, I'm doing now. So I'm doing the painting now. So sooner or later, that I will present this painting, and yeah, just I'm so thankful that my works now. It's uh, I really I value my works now. And then I see my paintings in I can't imagine the big houses and so yeah. So yeah, I can start. Pwede na? I can start painting.
Thank you so
So
much, sir.
thank you. Wow. Please, please. Oh, that's really good question.
Yeah. So how long do you train
Yeah.
yourself to like perfect portrait drawing?
Yeah, many nights. So I have this. I spend a lot of nights that I keep on practicing because when I paint before, I cannot copy the exact face. It's a crooked thing. That then my clients, return the painting and then they said, "Give me the money back," because before I never been to school, right? So I discovered my technique at the streets. So I enhance it and then I practice night and day, and I'm like every details when I paint. I just my head, my eyes, it's looking to the reference at always like every 2 seconds, something like that. So that's why I can copy the painting exact, pinpoint most of the time, like 95 to 99%. So my challenge is to really paint, the real you. Because some artists I really cannot understand. They paint different, just like similar. For me, I my challenge, I really want to, when I see the painting, that's you. Even the president said, "You got my eyes because my eyes, the other eye is small, and then the eye is big." He said, "You're really good. You have the gift." Because some of the artists paint him perfect eyes. He said, "That's not my eye." So for me, I would love to copy the exact you. So watch out for me. I mean, one day I just do the portrait. So thank you so much for your question. Yeah,
So
from
how long
time.
was the duration of practices?
Duration.
Yeah, the practices, is it like 2 years, 3 years, or
For me, I
yeah.
can see the 3 years period. Yeah, and it's good that some people, return my painting so that I know that I'm not good enough. So then I started to stop, commissioning, and then I practice day and night. And for 3 years, I just, you know, uh, practice in my small, small bedroom. So yes, thank you so
Thank you for
much for that.
sharing.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. Amazing. Yes.
Was there ever a time that you got frustrated from people who returned your paintings and then you decided to stop?
Normally, you feel bad because why, I need money, I need to buy food. But for me, it's a lesson that I need to practice more. Yes, if I stop, if I said, I will not do this because I'm no good, then I will not learn. So from failures to failures, it makes me strong that I need to practice more. So I see that as a lesson, not a disappointment. So it's a good sometimes in life that we see a problem and convert it to challenge, and then I will conquer the thing. So for me, I did that in that a lot of time, and I feel disappointed, especially you don't have money in your pocket. I need to pay rent, everything. But you need to really uh, make it uh, a lot of work. You need to work on it until it will satisfy you first, and then the client will say, "Oh, that's that painting is good that I can pay." And sometimes also when the client doesn't like the painting, I ask the client first, "Do you satisfied?" And they said, "Okay, I like it." So I give. If they said, "No, I do something a little bit changes," okay, I don't give the painting. So challenge for commissioning painting, it's a bit a challenge. because you need to meet the standards of your client. Yeah, thank you so much for that question. And yeah, so I have this. I will start painting now. I will paint only half. Then tomorrow, Sunday, I will finish this portrait. Yes. I love it. It's so quiet when I paint. Sometimes I like music also, but it's this first time for me that we are watching, and then just one thing I learned in painting also focus. Yeah, focus. So uh, yeah, I will start. Yeah. Jose, you can just, it's good that the camera, when you see the camera, your head's popping out. And then so that, my audience, many. Yeah, people can, he's not alone painting. It's good. So I'm using acrylic base painting now because I don't want the fumes and oil. So actually I have a reference that I will please doing the texture thing. Welcome to Maki's world.
Tahimik.
I'm painting on a glass. On the glass. So I just primer it with acrylic spray. And, acrylic sometimes is so hard to use medium because it dries right away. But I practiced before acrylic and then I fell in love with it because it's you can direct paint on it.
Okay, we're getting some messages in while Becky is doing the painting. This one comes from Davao, from Reverend Ken Sandberg. He says, Ken and Chris in Davao say it's apparent to me that Mackie has a gift from God to paint beautiful portraits and paintings. But I have also observed that he has worked diligently at his craft for many years. Those two things put together, an understanding of God's grace on your life and hard work, result in God's favor. A man's gifting brings him before great men. We've seen this in Mackie's life, and the same could happen to any of you watching this special. What are you good at? Work hard to get even better at that, and watch what God does. So that's from Ken and Chris Sandberg in Davao. Thank you for everybody who's been writing in, and those on the Facebook who are watching this live as well. Another one of you has written in, one thing I learned from this experience, what matters is to keep a steady pace and to keep the trail marked before us. We have been privileged to have found a way to some of the peaks that we are just catching glimpses of. There is still much more mountain ahead of us. Okay, we welcome Abdullah from the Muslim Network as well, who's watching in. Melissa Turingen, who has just joined us. Bia Tudio and Raiden Dequito has joined in. I'm assuming from Laguna in Manila. So good evening to one and all. It's a very meditative experience, almost a spiritual experience for those of us who are here. The trail is the same path by those who pioneered and blazed the way forward for all of us. We could not have reached this point without the guidance and encouragement of those who have gone ahead of us. So welcome to Mavic, La Luna, Joel Apas, Bishop Joel in Davao. Nigel Cow has joined us. God bless you. Malia Chandra, Hazel Herrera, also from Davao. May Vi Rich, and Professor No Tiong. Zara Katrina Solano has joined in. Here's an important saying for us to meditate. We are nowhere near where we ought to be, but thank God we are not where we were before. We are nowhere near where we ought to be, but thank God we are not where we were before. Hello to Emily Sia, who has joined in, Beth Marcelana, Gertrude Catalan, and Pastor Pauline Lowe has joined in. Shalom to you, all of you. Just a word from our sponsors. Mods TV, in partnership with 7modalities.com, would like to invite all former students, alumni, to join in a synchronized learning event together with Pierce House on March the 16th from 10 a.m. to 12:30. Those interested in operational aspects of modalities in a local church or marketplace setting, please contact Reverend Lien Xiao on Facebook. And shalom to John Heng, Reverend John Heng, Executive Director for Goshen Ministries International, Reverend Minan also, and Reverend Emily. Shama Sophia Eusebio, God bless you. God is building his body around the world in a most unexpected way, in most unexpected ways, and through the most unexpected people. Okay, let me say that again. God is building his body around the world in the most unexpected ways and through the most unexpected people. When you look back at your own personal transformation, what triggered the journey into maturity? Who were the people that helped you develop the gift within you? And what was the timeline? What has worked best for you in your personal learning curve? God bless to Reverend Pat Ouyang, who has joined us from Goshen International Ministries. Claire Savoca, a Swiss apologist in Geneva, has written this. She says, we need to go through divine misery at times. Disappointments come when all around you shout, no. Do not give up. Know you're in a place of God's choosing. And some are tuning in, some may be on quarantine due to the coronavirus. Well, God bless you, and we're very glad to have you with us. Let me pray for all of those that are recovering in quarantine or quarantine. Now it's all over the world now. Let me pray. I pray that doors would always be open for the people of God to come to that holy place of prayer and intimacy, keeping in mind Leviticus 6:13 that says, let's keep the fire burning. It must not go out. I believe this is a time of reflection. It's a time of a deep reflection, as many Singaporeans and many all over the world are in a place where they are. It's a time of reflection and quiet reflection. I appreciate all the poems and the poetry that has been sent in from Claire from Geneva, and we are translating some of these love letters as well and sending them through our partners in One Voice in Manila through to partners in China. So we're translating your prayers and your thoughts and your poetry and sending them into China through contacts into various cities of China. So keep those prayers going and keep those love letters going. Every soul is ordained for greatness. I remember when reading the news reports in the Straits Times on that morning when we opened the newspaper, we found out that LKY had passed away. I remember hearing this spoken to me in my spirit, man. Every soul is ordained for greatness. And you can see here slowly in what Mackie is doing that the features of this person or this characterization is slowly coming and forming before your eyes. He should be finishing this by noontime tomorrow. So this is It's going to be a project that's going to take at least a couple of hours tonight and maybe a couple of hours tomorrow as well. And embodying this truth that every soul is ordained for greatness. And it doesn't matter your nationality or your ethnicity or your religion or your language. As long as you're walking in the thing that God called you to do, you're going to find that many people around you are going to be blessed. And so that's what I would put on a T-shirt if I had a T-shirt business. I put it on a T-shirt. Every soul is ordained for greatness, and every community can bless God and flourish. Every community, including the one here in Geylang, where we are live streaming, and would like to thank everybody for your attention. Also, we had some gifts come in, not by live stream, but in actual cakes came into the church. Thank you very much, Jacqueline, and thank you very much for the blessing that we have received. I need to show you the pictures that Kenneth and Jacqueline sent in, but anyway, they won't last very long. Once we take a break, you can be sure, but I can see in the picture there. Let me just describe it. I mean, we've got peaches and we've got all sorts of eclairs and cakes. So everybody here that has turned up, you're going to get a real treat. And it says on the box, go on and take a bite. So thank you, Jacqueline, and thank you, Kenneth, for that blessing. And reminding us that every soul is ordained for greatness. Every community can bless God and flourish. And here's a question. Here's two questions that I want you to be considering while you're watching this. First is, why is tomorrow better than yesterday? Why is tomorrow better than yesterday? I believe it's because you have found who you are. And when you understand who you are elementally from the very roots, just like a tulip, from the very roots, that subterranean bulbous existence. It might be in the dirt, it might be it might be underground, it might not be seen or apparent right now, but if you don't quit the program, you keep going on, keep pressing on, keep moving on, you're going to find that beautiful tulip that's going to come up in not many days from now. And in answer to these two questions, number one, why is tomorrow better than yesterday? And what makes life worth living? Welcome to Athena Venus, who has joined us. Also, Lynn Rapamodar. And this is my prayer, that you would be an area of refuge and your city be a city of refuge. That's something that has been very much on my heart in these times, and I really commend all of you who are keeping the fire going and holding the fort for your families and for your, moving, being able to hold a banner high in these dark and dangerous times. My prayer, that is really my prayer for you, that our doors would always be open for the people to come in to the house of refuge in the city of faith. In order to keep the fire burning, it must not go out. So we welcome Josephine Robles, and we also welcome Jocelyn Lagumbai from Lagumbai Ministries International in Davao. Also, we welcome Bernard Sibaluka, who's joined us, I think, from Antipolo, if I'm not wrong, or the island of Palawan. I don't know where you are currently based in. Welcome to Benny Corpus, Pastor Corpus, also to Pastor Austria from, I think, from Hope in the Word Church. God bless you to Andrew Tay, who says, every soul has the seed of greatness within them to uncover, discover, and nourish. Thank you for that word, Pastor Andrew. Thank you for your blessing us with your presence in this live stream. When Mackie he came to us about when he was 23. I don't know, remember what year that was. I think it was 2008 or something. 2009. 2009. Okay, and he spent a month just in seclusion, in quarantine, but not because of coronavirus, but I think the Lord had him in a quiet place, and he just painted, and God has been good to him, and of course now it's 10 years later, and more than 10 years later actually, and God has blessed him. God has flourished. He's flourished in the thing that God has, and so many like him and like you have seen miracles on Monday, and thankfulness on Tuesday, wisdom on Wednesday, testimonies to talk about on Thursday, fire to fill you up on Fridays, and you're set apart Saturday, the Shabbat, and set free Sunday. So we are very blessed. And he's using the medium of acrylic because this is an indoor setting, and he doesn't want to, because we're going to be smelling the fumes from the oil. So that's the reason why he's chosen acrylic as his principal medium. But he did, those of you who remember, not too long ago, he did a oil painting, 1948. He did an oil painting, 1948. And that was presented at One Ecclesia with Bishop Renier and Jennifer, Matron Jennifer, also Dr. Brad Young, Reverend Dr. Brad Young from Oral Roberts University was with us at that time as well, hosted by Reverend Francis and Christine, Francis Tay, Christine of One Ecclesia and the team there in Bishan. And that was a time when, that was the last time that Mackie went live. His Facebook audience was live, and then that was at the presentation of the oil painting 1948, which is currently, you can come and see it. Those of you who have not seen 1948 yet, you can come and view that and see that in our bridal suite right here in Geylang. And so we're very blessed tonight to have for Mackie's homecoming hosted by Oikos Fellowship right here in 175 Geylang Road, and in the Hebraic Art Studio. So those of you who have not been to the studio before, you will know that this is the Hebraic Art Gallery, and you can see some of the paintings here in the red room over here. These are all done by the same artist. Okay, so the two boys playing with the magnifying glass, and in the streets of Jerusalem. And then there is also the bust of one of the first presidents and some of the founders of modern Israel, Ben Gurion. You'll see this bust when you land at Tel Aviv airport. And so the artist has his own textured, if you look carefully, you'll see the textures on Ben Gurion's face and his bust there, and then the blue and white at the back of that. And then there's also, next to that one is the Black Jew. This one is the Ethiopians that were that have aligned themselves with an ancient form of Judaism, and you can see the eyes. This was when I visited the absorption center, Ethiopian absorption center in Jerusalem. Lynn and I were there for our 25th wedding anniversary, and this boy grabbed my camera and he turned it on himself, and he took a selfie of himself. This was, and so we developed the film, and then Mackie decided that he wanted to do that one. It's one of about 15 paintings here in the Hebraic art studio in Gelang. But you can see this is the reason why President Duterte, president of the Philippines, has chosen Mackie, young Mackie. He's the youngest Filipino artist to have his portrait of the president hanging in the Malacanang Palace there, in the palace there in Philippines. It's mostly as a result of the way that he does his eyes. The next painting there you can see is a picture of the hometown where the artist Mackie Bongabong comes from. Those are the people group, the tribal people that Mackie grew up with in the southern part of the Philippines, among the Abu Sayyaf and so on and so forth. Sorry, is that right? Abu Sayyaf. So you can see it's quite. It's really the ends of the earth, and why the. I always thought that if you take a chopstick and you poke it through on a globe, you poke it through Jerusalem, you might come out to the place where Mackie grew up. It's really the ends of the earth, where it pokes out of the globe. And then the next one is a superimposed picture of the one of the cathedrals there, and superimposed inside is the traditional site of the upper room where Jesus had the Last Supper. So it's a different kind of a Last Supper. It's got the 7 hands raised up in worship and representing different colors, representing the different continents, the 7 continents, and the different points of the compass. And as you come out here into the main sanctuary, you can see the 3-paneled picture of the Lake of Galilee, and you can see there from the prayer of Moses, where he says, teach us to number our days. And it's really talking about the evening, and then the morning, and then the night. Actually, the night is supposed to be in the middle, but we had a leak here and the roof was leaking, so the painting was going to get wet. So when whoever put it up, put it in the wrong sequence. Actually, it's supposed to be evening on the left, then comes the night, and then comes the morning. But never mind, the idea is still there, and I'm sure we'll rectify that one. Now, the next painting is interesting, which is Moses at Mount Sinai. And of course, this is the wrong Mount Sinai. This is the traditional Mount Sinai. But nevertheless, the reason why we know it's the wrong is because of the terrain, because there's no way that 2 million people can fit it here. It's too rocky and there's no. So they've actually, well, that's the theme and the topic of our recent seminar by Commander Heng, who has given us, who has set aside time, and we're very grateful for every batch to go through the Exodus case. And so that's, you'll learn much more about the real Mount Sinai, which is a very exciting archaeological find in, of all places, Saudi Arabia. Lots of evidence for this new finding. Over here, of course, this was a poster of Hashem. So I'm kind of like walking you through. I'm kind of walking you through the Hebraic Art Gallery. This was researched, 366 names and titles and attributes of God. This was researched by David Winter, the late David Winter, who gave me the rights to this poster and to produce it. Well, I cannot say that I've done anything with it, because it is a holy picture, because it has the name of God there, the names of God, names, titles, and attributes of God there. 366 in the Old Testament. And you can see this is an original piece. This is an original piece, because if you take a look down here, you can see there's actually been a misprint here. It should be Psalm 122, I think it is. Yeah. So there's been a misprint there. So this is an original piece. And if you take a look back, if you stand back here, you can actually see there the graphic artist who did this. I think he was Simon and Isabel. Simon did this. He actually, I don't know if you can catch it, but there's actually in the middle, can you see? There's a carrot. There's something in the middle. Yeah, it's a cross, right, exactly. Because that was the name, the only name that was not actually, there was no mention of the name of Jesus, of course, in the Old Testament, except it was a common name. It was like Joshua. It was, it means the Lord saves. But the artist decided to superimpose a cross inside that poster. And so it starts here with Abba, an advocate and almighty, and Alpha and Omega, and the Ancient of Days, angel, appointed one, architect. And then it goes architect and builder, arm of the Lord, awesome God, awesome in glory, awesome name. And then that's A. So then starts B, beautiful wreath, beginning and the end, blessed and only ruler, blessed one, builder. So that's B. And then champion, comforter in sorrow, and so on and so forth. And it goes all the way down to the last line. It says in W, who are, who were, who keeps his covenant of love, wonderful counselor, wonderful in counsel in Yahweh. So somebody should really make this poster available. Maybe the Lord will move upon one of our audience, somebody watching today, who feels called of God to make this research. and bring it out to to people of goodwill who want to know. This is really a conversation of archaeology, theology, and nomenclature, and it's really interesting. And then when you look over here, you come to a picture which really is part and parcel of the history of the recent history of the state of Israel. As you know, the world was so shocked when they found out what had happened in the concentration camps. So this is one of Mackie's favorite, I don't know, Mackie, did you want to share why this is so special to you?
This is so special to me because when I saw the photo, I was so touched because I saw the children's shoes and women's shoes and dad shoes and everything I saw in the photo. It's so sad because it's a mountain of shoes. Then when I knew that all the shoes is the victims of Holocaust, then I really cried actually at night. And when I first saw this picture, because it's so moving to me. There's a imagine this painting is it's life. That's life. That's their shoes. And yeah, slippers, shoes, sandals, and I said, wow. So many died in in Auschwitz in the Holocaust. So it's a very moving picture for me. And yeah.
So Mackie, tell us when you see this, each of your paintings, you put your name here and you put the date here. Tell us, why do authors do that? What I noticed most paintings, they put their name. Why is that important? Why do you do that? What is the importance of it? Is it got to do with copyright, or what? How does the artist name get onto each piece?
Every piece, it's a part of an artist's life. So it's like a children for every artist. So we really claim, and that's why we put our name on every painting, because we really carry the picture out to the public and telling the world that this is the idea, this is the piece, and every artist should be, they need to put their name, because it's a mark also of completion. Once you didn't put some signature on it, it's undone. And once you finish a painting, you need to put some sign so that it will like done. And this is it. This is what I really want to give to the world, to teach, and this picture can of be a service to humanity, so that can see as an artist's perspective, yeah, as a sign.
Well, I like this because it really shows that, the world was in shock when this event happened, so much so that they didn't know what to do. They didn't know where to put all the Jewish people. So some people, I think that there was one suggestion that they be resettled in Uganda. It was a suggestion, and of course the Jewish leaders at that time said no. We need to go back to the ancient land, the ancient paths, Jerusalem and Israel, and so that's how the United Nations actually and all the nations gathered, decided to vote, and that's how the Jewish people actually got back into the land. That was about 70 years ago, I think, by now. But they just transformed it from a desert into a green place, and so many. It's called a startup nation now. But it also, I mean, this was kind of like the beginning of the modern day.
Wow.
It was the death of 6 million Jews. So the next one is a 4-paneled, and you painted it as 4-paneled, but it kept falling down. So when Spider was here, he hammered them all together. It's actually quite a solid piece. And so, yeah, and all of these paintings you can see here, they are earthquake proof. You know, they can all move in case there's any earthquake. Yeah, they're all moving around. You see, so but this one is, a lot of people don't appreciate it, but it's actually the same table, but it's got different bits of food on it, right? And this is really one of my favorites. I call it God and Man at Table. And this is the table of showbread. This is the communion scene in the Old Testament where Abraham and Melchizedek meet together. And Abraham gives a tithe to Melchizedek. Of course, Melchizedek is sort of a type or an archetype of Messiah, and the one who is helps humanity along. And certainly Melchizedek has become an important aspect of Christian theology, and the opening of doors for salvation to the non-Jewish sector of the body of Christ. That means the goyim, or the nations. And this is the grace of God to allow Gentiles who are not kosher, who eat pigs, pork, and shrimp, and shellfish, and yet they're not ethnically Jews. They're not circumcised in the way that the Jews are circumcised. In fact, they are very, very much opposite, or would be considered by the Jews as unclean. And yet the grace of God allows us to sit at the table. There is a chair reserved for the sinner and the prostitute. And that's really our mission here in Geylang, to decode and to define and to declare the grace of God to all peoples, even those who don't deserve it, even those who, never had any heritage or understanding of Yeshua, the King of Glory, which is really the next picture there. And you can see here, this is the crown, in terms of the theology, the throne, talking about the throne, the kingdom of God, that is the genesis, or the elemental source of power and authority and majesty, which you can see. And I like it because it has my favorite word in this title of Yeshua. Did you notice here that it says, did you notice the word there? It says yes, there's a yes in Yeshua. Yeshua.
Yeah.
Our God is Yeshua, not no Shua. Thank God. Isn't it good that it's not no Shua, he's Yeshua, Do you want me to forgive my neighbor? Yes, Shua, yes. Do you want me to live a righteous life? Yes, Shua, right?
Wow. Amazing.
So it's a good name, right? And of course the sad one here, the one that you did, Mackie, tell us. This one is a different Jesus than the one that you're doing now, right? This one is the one that was a bronze bust
Yes.
in Jerusalem at the Fountain of Tears. And this is, of course, the cup, the final moment where he prayed, Father, not my will, but thy will be done. In other words, and the testimony records that, in fact, Jesus sweat blood, drops of blood. And this was the moment where he took, as it were, the sins of the world. It was the beginning of where he would be the Lamb of God slain for the foundation of the world. And that's the final painting, which, Mackie, you didn't do this one, but it is really a reproduction. I wish you did do this one, but this is one that is a reproduction of I think it's in the Prada Museum is it in Barcelona or in Madrid? In Madrid, yeah. And that's really the vision that I had when I was a 13-year-old boy, where I was brought into the third heaven, and I saw this lamb. He wasn't tied up like this, but he was actually standing on his fore, and I saw. I had the revelation of Jesus as the Lamb of God, slain from the foundation of the world to take away the sin of the world. And so that is really the beginning of my journey as a 13-year-old, and why I'm in the game, I guess. Anyway, so maybe you would like to tell us a little bit about the journey, your journey here, in terms of your homecoming and how you feel, and what are your thoughts that has been going through your mind during these couple of days. I know you're just here only for a few more days. Mackie.
Thank you so much again, Pastor Jerry, for allowing me to paint here and to be hosted by you. And I'm just blessed. I'm earlier I told you guys that I will finish half of it, because tomorrow you're gonna come back, then we will unveil together, and let's pray. And it would be a historical event tomorrow, and I want to take a picture of you also, and I want this memory, a good memory for me, because I'm dreaming and planning to move to Spain, to Barcelona, to make a studio. That's my dream. And every page, every moment, I want to document it, so that I want to, one day I will see myself that God is, using me to to serve through art in the world, in the art world. And that's why I felt that I want to, I want God and me work together, to partner with God. I really, I embrace that. So this painting is, as earlier Pastor Jerry also mentioned, that Jesus, prayed in that mountain. And this type, if I knew that this famous artist Akiana, and is my inspiration also. I really, when I watched that movie from his childhood, the documentation of it, for her life, I felt like, oh man, God is, speaking to even atheists, yeah, don't believe God, and started to paint. So me as an artist, I really, dedicate my all of my works, to serve, and to, to partner with God, and to to publish around the world. And I'm seeing myself, my painting is in the museum, now in the palace. And I will soon a painting with the king and queen. Pastor Jeremy, Brother Ken said, your gift will make a room for you in the world. And you can meet, great men, kings, presidents. I shaken already one. So more to come. And GBG and Gaylang, bless God, really blessed me a lot, because before, when I came, I told you earlier that, even I'm zero. When back home, I'm broke. And then here's a pastor that he just knew me through Messenger, just chat. And he offered me this place, and I paint and really express as an artist in Singapore, a beautiful Singapore. I love Singapore. This is my 15th time, and I'm coming back and back because I really love the place. And some of my friends, I really encourage them. Actually, I bring a lot of teams of artists. Visiting the National Museum, the National Gallery. So I'm a tour guide now to to some of my kababayans in Davao, and because I really see Singapore, it's a very important country for me, because you guys, you welcome, gift that can to be to be in the service for the Lord, and you are a loving God nation, and I really believe that's why you are blessed. And I like the logo of Merlion, the lion, because he's the Lion of Judah. He's a lion. So it's a blessing for me, and thank you so much. And tomorrow, I really invite you again, and let's finish together this piece, because I am so happy that, imagine you are sitting and watching, you're part of this. So thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. And Ma'am Lian also, I need to mention, thank you so much. The Audrey, thank you so much. And Kokwi, I cannot mention that. The team, the backbone of this ministry, Pastor Jerry, thank you so much. And
Great. Well, I'd like to end with this. I'd like to end with this this quotation from Reverend Ken Sandberg in Davao. Once again, this is his word for all of you and everyone that's listening in. It's apparent, he says to me, that Mackie has a gift from God to paint beautiful portraits and paintings. But I have also observed that he has worked diligently at his craft for many years. Those two things put together, an understanding of God's grace on your life and hard work, result in God's favor. A man's gifting makes a way for him and brings him before great men. We've seen this in Mackie's life, and the same could happen to any of you watching this special. What are you good at? Work hard to get even better at that, and watch what God does. So I'd like to thank Ken and Chris Sandberg and Dava and all the good folks. And at this time, just as we're going to close in just a minute, but there is a special presentation which I'm going to have Jazil on behalf of Batch 55 to come up here and say a few words as you present and tell us what it is that come.
For Kuya Maki, you are an inspiration and a blessing to a lot of people, especially this batch, because you've painted live, and we praise Jesus for your life. And we hope and pray that you can still reach people worldwide, right? Yeshua. We claim and we believe that you are a world-class masterpiece of God. and also your masterpieces will also be world class. So this is just a simple gift from, from all of us here. I think it's not much, but it's cute. So here.
Wow, thank you so much. Daghang salamat. In Bisaya, in my language, in Bisaya and from the South, daghang salamat. Thank you so much. Wow. I'm speechless. Thank you so much. So to all the watching live, and I would like to thank you for tuning in because I'm so happy and privileged to be part of this event tonight. And see you tomorrow again. And tell your friends. So tell your friends that you can join. Okay. Thank you. Good night, everyone. Good night. Thank you.
It's so simple.